You're watching a SWOCC Sports production. Live from Southwestern, this is Laker basketball.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Stevel Court. Now let's go courtside for the game call. Here's Brandon Benson.
Welcome back, guys. This is Brandon Benson with James Brown here, and we are just about underway for the men's game between Umpqua and your Southwestern Lakers. Umpqua is 6-14 on the year. Lakers are 5-14 on the year. Both teams probably think they got a pretty good shot at this one, so it should be a very close, very competitive game throughout. And we are just about ready for introductions and the national anthem, so we will let you listen to that.
We're excited to have a great matchup tonight between the Southwestern Lakers and the Umpqua Riverhawks. We're going to go ahead and get started tonight with our national anthem, so if you all could please rise and take off your ball caps, turn your attention to the flag. Visiting teams, the Umpqua Riverhawks. Their starting five starts off with from Sacramento, California, number 3, Tom Anderson. Then from Roseburg, Oregon, we have number 1, Dalton Poole. And from Kingsville, Oregon, number 24, KJ Jansen. And from Oakland, Oregon, number 33, Trevor Wood. And from Middle Creek, Oregon, number 44, Peyton Garland. They're led by head coach Richard Bowen and assistant coach Eric Higgins. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Community College Lakers! Starting off from St. Ignace, Montana, with number 2, Dallas Cloutier. And from Columbia River,
with the pregame Dougie ritual, your Southwestern Lakers getting that Cali swag district with a little College Park.
Number 32, Eric Fernandez. And from Layton, Utah, number 33, Scott Overberg. And from Columbia River, Oregon,
Nate Wilson leading the Dougie.
coaches Trevor Hoff and assistant coach Jeff Johnson.
Mississauga in there too.
Tonight will be officiated by Chuck Taylor, Ryan Hayes, and Scott Simmons. And we're ready for some basketball!
Riverhawks are ready. Number 1, sizing up. Dalton Poole. Sending an early message.
Klimo, number 33, tips the ball to the Riverhawks. Number 3, Tom Anderson.
Travel, Lakers ball.
Dallas Collier. I'm going to set it up. Ramber with tries to save.
Poole with the ball.
Renez almost gets a block attempt.
JJ Jansen with the basket. Ramberg answers.
Looked as though Fernandez was going to block that one. Tom Anderson with the dish.
Hayden McFarland with the basket in the full court. Video to Sweeney.
Ramberg. Sweeney with the reverse. Off the baseline take.
Trevor Klimo. Anderson. Klimo can't get the three-pointer to go. JJ Jansen. Good ball. Lakers. Puzzles. Doesn't get the rebound, but couldn't get it to go. Trevor Klimo coming back with the rebound.
Tom Anderson looking to push.
Tom Anderson for 3. Doesn't go. Fernandez with the rebound. About the courtier, out to Fernandez. And bobbled off of the hands of Odekirk and Ramberg. Anderson taking it down. Double team by Sweeney and Ramberg. Cool. Ball's loose. Sweeney comes up with it. Courtier blocked by Klimo. Short one missed by McFarland. There's the foul. Scott Odekirk will go to the line. First one's good. J.J. Jansen finds Anderson. McFarland is fouled.
Gets it to go.
Can't get the second one though. Sweeney comes up with the rebound. That's a little floater from Aaron Fernandez. Nice
Fernandez, making for his earlier mistake of the block. He hits him. Gets the fast break started. The team's starting to get jump started. Tom Anderson has to slow down. Fernandez working the ball. Finds Collier. Ramberg
doesn't get it to go. Bono picks up the rebound.
Checking into the game is Seto, Gardner, and Hill all at the table right now. Almost getting that ball is Odeker.
Farm strip.
Collier.
Cool.
Second foul. Second team foul.
Collier, Odeker, and Sweeney out. Looks like a more aggressive set.
Ball was lost. Pool recovers.
Fernandez looking for that same floater he had earlier, but somebody brought their man into the middle of the key. Seto. Gardner almost with the tip jam. Ignores the footsteps and finishes the lay-in. Is Trevor Gurry. Correction, Trevor Kalimo.
Ramberg with the bucket.
Kalimo.
J.J. Jansen with the bucket there. Number 24. Dalton Poole at 3-pointer. Yeah, timeout's called. 12-9 for the Riverhawks. 13-11 remaining in the first half. Pretty high energy start from both teams.
Oh yeah, the tempo has been started, and right now at this timeout, Dalton Poole came out from the tip-off. Looked like he had the intensity on his face. But let's see if the Riverhawks got someone else that's ready to contribute too. And right now, Southwestern Lakers looking to come out and get a hold of this 3-point deficit. Let's see what happens right now. No time left on that timeout. Both teams have to get back to the floor. Monroe checked in. Hop with the aggressive lineup. So they're bringing the ball down the hill. Getting it to go.
Gets it to go. And 12 Dallas Rayner, Tom Anderson.
Off the aired steal. Gets a look, but recovers the ball.
Gardner comes down to rebound.
Monroe with the patient finish off the backboard with the touch.
Gives
On
the
the
Lakers
opposite end with the reverse.
lead quickly erased by Caden McFarland.
Foul called on
Number 12, Nathan Wilson in for the Lakers in place of Kramer Ramberg. Gardner with the basket.
Wilson with the tip and the steal. Pushing himself.
There it goes. Climber up. So with the foul, Primo will go to the line.
Trevor Cleaner on that line.
His first and second.
Good to go. 2-point lead now for the Riverhawks, 17-15.
Nathan Wilson with the pass down to the post. Good look, gets the assist. Nathan Wilson with a good defense right now. Riverhawks with the rebound right there, get another attempt. 17-17. 19-17.
McFarland's been impressive under the basket early.
Ignoring the footsteps again.
They're still now on the line. Sweeney now back into the game. There's his overcoat.
foul, it's going to call 21.
Sato bring it down. White got to go.
Wilson charging. Barker with the rebound though. Tom Anderson looking to set it up. Finds him. And the assist to Tom Anderson. Seto drops the foul.
Tied at 21, just a little over 9 minutes remaining.
Second foul minute, 16 fouls. 52.
Doesn't get it to go. Riverhawks.
Number 2, Dallas Cordier, back to the game for the Lakers. McFarland.
Anderson in the corner.
Jump ball. Possession goes to Umpqua.
That'll be Riverhawks possession.
Farland recovers that out of that big scramble to Anderson. Plenty of time on the shot clock though. No hurry at the long shot. Just gotta wonder what's. You gotta handle the pressure right there from SWOCC. SWOCC is definitely bringing it right now. But from the last game, you gotta also look at it. It's bringing it the solution. I mean, they came up a little tired from our girls, but let's see if the guys got a little more in them. The power stuff is sweet.
Umpqua 24th and Zach Queen to the line. Second foul. Team's 7th foul.
Makes the first. Trevor Climo coming back into the game in place of Caden McFarland for the Riverhawks. Takes them both. Tied up 24. And Lakers steal the ball. Foul. They'll go to
release and fouls. Big line. This is another third foul. Team safe.
Second one, just Lakers 1 point lead, 25-24, with 7.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Interesting. I didn't know that off the shot block you could take a step backwards. Just seen something for the first time I've ever seen in a basketball game. Thanks to Southwestern Lakers. Rainer. Can't get it to go, but with the putback is the Riverhawks. Collier setting up. Here, Southwestern Lakers holding on to the ball and the control right now. Actually, correction, Riverhawks have the ball. I'm not calling on Riverhawks. The Southwestern right now with the lead by 1 point, trying to pressure the ball.
Just going back and forth right now. No real momentum with either team right now. They're just answering each other back and forth right now.
Definitely back and forth game. Riverhawks and the Lakers right now, both men and girls, are just giving each other a run for their money. These teams going neck to neck like a rivalry.
This game's definitely had a very fast-paced tempo, though.
Oh yes, even the defense is at a fast pace. You gotta wonder if it's gonna wear and tear on their Southwestern Lakers or your Riverhawks for Umpqua.
Very possible. Well, definitely be interested to see how that affects maybe like the last 5 minutes of the game or so.
Definitely comes down to it.
Still, can't worry too much about the end of the game when you're still in the first half. Just gotta take care of business now and deal with that when you get there. We are just about ready to resume play with 6:32 left in the first half.
Hi, I'm Trevor Hoppy, head coach, Southwestern Oregon Community College.
Dallas Rainer, number 12 with the ball.
On the failed alley-oop conversion. Monroe heading upstairs on that one.
Got a foul, called on number 12. His first foul, team 9.
Marcus Monroe at the line. Gardner, King, and Hill all in for the Lakers in place of Wilson, Odekirk, and Sweeney. Second one to go. Lakers have opened a 4-point lead, 30-26.
Converts the hard shot, gets it to go.
Cordier sweeps in with the rebound. Harris Hill again. Lakers could be grabbing the momentum here.
Farland makes it, but travels before the basket gets going. With the assist.
Monroe with the basket. Monroe comes up with the rebound. Is electric right now. The Lakers going an impressive run. 11-point lead.
Well, Rock's down by 11 right now. You just gotta wonder what's happening.
Unlike in the first game, a team was able to finally grab the momentum in this one and have really hammered it in.
Oh yeah, SWOCC's trying to throw salt in the wound right now early. Let's see if that turns out to work for their advantage or if that will turn out to hurt them in the long run because they're spending so much energy trying to push a lead in the first half.
Can never complain about having the lead though right now. They've got a nice one at the moment.
Oh, definitely. Having the lead is a good thing, always. And you are now watching your Southwestern Lakers Spirit Squad. They're assembled out of your crowd.
Southwestern's team retaking that court. Now being joined by the Riverhawks, and we are ready to continue. With 3:40 remaining in the first half. 1-point lead for the Lakers. Lakers ball. Again. Him and Marcus Monroe really led the charge for the Lakers in these last few minutes.
Up by 13 now are your Lakers. Turnover is definitely a stat at halftime we'll have to get back to you on.
Yes. Gardner with the three-pointer.
Foul. Number 4 on the Lake Keys. That's his first, team's fourth.
Trevor Climo gets the first to go. Aaron Fernandez and Brian Vignaud in for Southwestern. In place of King and Monroe.
Ryan right there, hustling hard. Finds it for the assist.
Great play. Another timeout.
New Orleans native doing some work out there on defense.
Lakers have so much energy right now, just making everything. Getting turnovers, everything is flowing for him right now.
Ryan Vignaud is right there with that play.
That was impressive hustle.
Coming off the bench right now, trying to provide some energy. Gotta like it. You gotta like it. Cannot knock the hustle. Teammates all talking to him right now in the middle of the court.
Number 1, Nick Allen in for Southwestern. The foul is called on Paris Hill. Poole will go to the line.
That's his first foul, team's fifth.
Dalton Poole hits the first one. Confidently. Let's see if he gets to the line for the second one. Can't get the second one to go. Nick Allen looking. Finds Fernandez.
it. 44. Just a little over 40 seconds remaining in the first half. 18-point lead for your Lakers. There's that three-pointer from Fernandez.
McFarland. Nick Allen. 7 seconds.
Man's blocked by Poole. That'll end the impressive first half for the Southwestern Lakers. 51-32. 19-point lead. That's got to feel good going into halftime.
Oh, definitely. If you're a Riverhawk right now, you're just wondering, what can we do to reduce this to 10 by 10 minutes in the game? I mean, 19, you can't look at it as 19. You have to look at it in broken down segments if you want to get back into this game. I mean, you can't look at it as a bulk. You kind of just got to catch up on your work. You've been procrastinating.
Really, despite Southwestern's record this year, we know they can play this kind of basketball. This isn't a shock.
They've had a couple of close games with good teams. I mean, just didn't end up recording the W at the end. Got the stat columns filled, got the competition met, but
that's another thing. We know Lakers have had a little bit of reputation for blowing leads in the second half. However, those were against very high-quality teams. Riverhawks are a little more closer record-wise to the Lakers, so I wonder, does that enter the mental state any for either team?
yeah, you got to wonder if Southwestern's going to look at it as though, since they're close to them, they can take them, or if they're just going to look at it as another blown lead and it's just going to fall apart. So they're going to probably try to look at it as the positivistic way. If you're a Riverhawk right now, though, you got to look at it as though SWOCC has blown leads before. So we'll see what happens in the second half. I mean, right now, my colleague Brandon is about to bring the stat columns to you, give you more factual information.
All right, you said you wanted to look at turnovers. 11 for the Riverhawks, just 5 for the Lakers.
Probably a main contributor to why they're 19 points up right now.
Also another one that stands out to me right away, 64.5 shooting for the Lakers in that half.
They're shooting high from the field right now.
And just 37.1 from the Riverhawks.
All right, Lakers, welcome to the half.
14 points for Paris Hill. He was strong. I mean, he was absolutely just absorbing all the energy from the run they were getting on. Just an absolute impressive effort. 10 points from Marcus Monroe as well.
I think Coach Hop is going with a smaller lineup right now, and the Riverhawks are just not adjusting. I mean, it comes down to the fact that Mr. Hill, he plays more like a guard out there, and it's just like he's on a post, and McFarland just can't keep up foot speed-wise with him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe let's see if the Riverhawks come out with a defensive adjustment and try to catch up on this lead.
They've got to do something different. I mean, you can't keep doing the same thing when you're down by 19.
Definitely not.
All right, we hope you guys enjoyed that first half, and we will be back with you shortly for the second. All right, stick around.
As an institution, Southwestern is pretty unique amongst the community colleges. It's the oldest community college in the state of Oregon, and yet in having toured over half of the 17 campuses in the state of Oregon, it's by far the nicest.
This place is more like a small four-year college. It's got the nice rec center, it's got the good student housing. All the teachers are master's prepared teachers at least. There's not any teachers assistants, no graduate assistants. It's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty neat deal.
Actually, I came from a lot bigger of a high school, so the class sizes here are smaller than my high school. So that was really nice because the teachers know who you are and they know what you do. And there is one teacher here that actually goes through questions before he starts teaching his math class, and I really like that because you actually get to know what you're supposed to be doing.
I'd say the biggest part for me was like easier to step into this school. I wasn't intimidated. Coming from a high school, like the college setting can be a little intimidating, and I think it was a really easy transition where the First Stop Center and the counselors helped you, find your path, pick your classes, and then once you're in class, they're really helpful with setting up advisors and making sure you're taking the right classes and instead of wasting your time and money. So I was pretty impressed with that.
So one of the things I know for me is that even though I have one of the larger classes on campus, it's still about 10% the size of what the classes are going to be at your major universities. And so over the course of the first couple of weeks even, I know all my students by name. They have the ability to come in and work with me. I teach the lecture, I teach the lab, and so I work directly with the students, and they know me as well as me knowing them.
I really like the teachers, number one, the instructors. They're all very helpful, and they really try to make every student feel important and really try to encourage them and work with them one-on-one. They really try to help each person, and they make sure that everyone is on the same page. Like, they work with you, and they're always there to help you if you ever need help.
We get a lot of good support from the community. They've done a good job of following us. We get good ink in the paper. We're kind of the only game in town, so a lot of people love to come watch the next level up from the high school, so we get a lot of good participation from the local people who like to come watch the college kids participate. A lot of people don't realize we spend about as much time recruiting students out as we do recruiting them back in, because one of the things about it is if we don't help kids get on to that next level, people aren't going to want to come here in the first place. It's a lot of hard work, but we do a real good job of getting the kids on to the next level.
The field's great, and the track is awesome. It's really awesome to have the support of the community for athletics.
That facility is awesome, and for me it was a dream come true. Not only does it have a nice new wrestling room in there, but it has a great, beautiful weight room with all new equipment. It has a rock climbing wall that's 33 feet tall, which is really nice for me. I teach rock climbing and have an interest in that. So I get to spend some time in an awesome facility with great equipment and a lot of nice things around me there. It's a nice feeling when you walk into that building.
I was at first looking for a college that would actually have housing so I wouldn't have to live with my parents anymore because I wanted that whole freedom thing. And I looked online, found Southwestern, so I was like, this is a ticket, gotta go.
Well, one of the special things about Southwestern's housing complex is that we have all apartment housing, and that means that if usually there are 4-bedroom apartments. They come with a living room, a dining room, full-size kitchen, and a lot of space to do all the things that college students like to do.
It's great for the kids. They're properly supervised. Juniors away from home, you want some supervision. The RAs are great. The public safety is great. Keep an eye on the kids, and I mean, it's added a whole new element, a new dimension to the campus.
A lot of other schools where they have a traditional residence hall where you basically get a small room. Here at Southwestern, you have not only your own bedroom space, but you also have those common areas I mentioned. So the great thing about student housing is the fact that you pay one fee for everything. So you don't have to worry about separating your bill. If, like, for example, this goes to, like, utilities or food and whatnot. It's one amount that you pay to student housing, and you get a whole bunch of amenities from that.
The college experience is so much more intense when you come here because there's just a lot of student life going on, a lot of student life happening.
Come on, Mel!
During Springfest week, it was a lot of fun here. It was like every day there was something going on, and one of the days was a decathlon, which I participated in. It was like rafting, and when you do that, you can meet a lot of new people, and you can get your friends together and be a team and compete against other people. It's a lot of fun.
I think downtown Coos Bay is a wonderful place to visit, as well as downtown North Bend. Great place to just, really easy to get to from campus to be able to explore.
There's a lot of outdoor stuff here, so a lot of the kids, if you drive through the dorms, you're going to see a dune buggy or a four-wheeler in the back of someone's pickup. Kids are getting out and they're going out to the dunes, they're going out to the beach. So I think our students are real active getting out and getting out and enjoying some of the outdoor things around here in this area.
One of the coolest things about being at culinary school is just being able to experiment. You get so much good product. We just had a emu, kangaroo, shark, which is something that a lot of people don't ever get to experience.
You receive a lot of personal attention from myself and all the other instructors. You're going to have the technical skills, the classical knowledge, the knife skills, the production skills to be successful at it and be confident when you walk into the kitchen.
It's definitely a personal experience. Our classes are small, so we as instructors have a lot of time to get around to all the students individually. We're with them constantly. It's definitely a hands-on curriculum.
Well, here at OCCI on Fridays, every Friday we have what's called Chef's Table. It's run by one of our graduates who runs the meal for that day. So we're trying to really get the most out of everything.
One of the things that I like about it is getting service experience. I think it's good for me just to have a well-rounded overview of the whole hospitality industry.
Teamwork is really the basis of any kitchen. No kitchen runs by one person alone. It's a team effort.
It's just a great liaison between the community. We're having a lot of repeat business. It's a feather in our cap to have one of our externs actually running our weekly restaurant.
You're watching a SWOCC Sports production. Live from Southwestern, this is Laker Basketball.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Stevel Court. Now let's go courtside for the game call. Here's Brandon Benson.
Hi everyone, Brandon Benson here with James Brown. 51-32 at the half. So, very strong first half for the Lakers. They'll be looking to keep that up.
I feel good, yeah. I found out that at halftime that the Riverhawks are missing key player number 11, Ladarius Stennis, and he needs knee surgery. So you got to wonder if that's a big part of this SWOCC lead right now, because I heard he's a main contributor, and he also has a recorded game winner here at SWOCC's house against SWOCC in overtime.
That could definitely be a contributor. The lead scorer far and away for the Riverhawks after the first half is Caden McFarland with 13, also with 6 rebounds.
5, 9, 7, 3.
And again, one more time, Ladarius Stennis.
5, 9, 7, 3. All right, let's get our second half underway here.
Right before we get going, just like to point out that our next basketball broadcast will be Saturday, February 19th against Lynn Benton. Ladies at 4, men at 6, and it'll be 80s night.
So the Riverhawks looking to run a 2-3 right now. See what happens to SWOCC, because so far SWOCC has been running the 2-3 only to lose advantage of running that, by running that. But let's see if SWOCC can take advantage for one time. Find Rambert. Looking for Ramberg's call here. Setting it up. Baseline runner is Ramberg. To Sweeney. To Fernandez. To Sweeney. Good workaround. Didn't even need the baseline cutter that time on the possession.
Sweeney with the rebound. Still dropping the three-pointers in. The crowd didn't like that call. Foul is called on Randall. Cool. The rebound. Carlin can't get it to go.
Finds Ramberg. Yep, he was waiting for that last possession. He got it this time, though.
Definitely no letdown from the Lakers so far.
Energy's big right now. I mean, you're playing against the Riverhawks team that's not at its full strength, so you got to just pound if you're the Southwestern Lakers.
And pound they are.
Ramberg with the take. You don't see that from him. Oraker with the almost put back, but to no avail, loses the ball, and it looks like right now Dalton Poole is pushing it. Yeah, I wonder if any existing injuries to Orker's shoulder are fatiguing him in any way tonight in the game. Well documented. Paris Hill and PJ Gardner also having minor ankle sprains recorded. Working through the pain tonight. Pull with the coast to coast. Oh, Fernandez right now, after getting that first block, is starting to become a presence. Oh, Orker. But Anderson grabs control only to get fouled.
Fell on Fernandez.
Pull with that steal. He thought he was going to get it. I mean, he was running full speed, broke away, nobody close. But Fernandez right now is just a little too tall. Right place, right time. Starting to develop a little bit of a presence. And now McFarland finds him, finds Poole. Poole with the step, into trouble. Finishes anyway, our lane.
Riverhawks with the steal.
Tom Anderson. Poole with another steal. He's trying to get SWOCC's turnover ratio as high as the Riverhawks right now. Himself. Tom Anderson trying to set it up though. Finds Poole. Back to Anderson. On the play. Getting aggressive. Collier with the defense though. Almost gets it to go. Can't get it to go. Sweeney with the rebound. Pushes ahead.
And timeout's called.
59-38.
21-point lead for the Lakers.
Good Southwestern dance team.
No laugh at all from the Lakers. They came out just as intense as the end of the half, and it showed. They know they have the Riverhawks exactly where they want them, and they plan on keeping them there.
There. Dancing. In middle. Holding down.
PJ Gardner, Paris Hill now in for the Lakers. The three-point shooting has been excellent tonight.
Oh yeah, they're finding open looks. The 2-3 zone. Questionable defense nowadays with the way the game is developing into such a shooting-oriented style. I mean, it seems like everybody out there from 1 to 4 position can pretty much shoot, and sometimes even in some instances the 5 can pull up from anywhere. So you gotta wonder with the 2-3 zone how efficient it really is nowadays. Hill with the turnover.
Jake Caverns, number 21, in for the Riverhawks. Number 5, Lincoln Sato, in for the Lakers.
Almost gets it to go. On PJ Gardner. Fernandez. Getting tricky. Gotta like the energy. Gotta like the energy. On Gardner again. Gotta be demoralizing. Almost blocked. Missing bad is Hill.
Jansen couldn't get it to go. Paris Hill gets the rebound. That's a nice move by Sato.
Dalton Poole pulls. Missing bad. Seto trying to set it up. Amber. There you are. Nice three-point basket. Ramberg. Oh, Tom Anderson recovers though. Gotta like the hustle on that. Didn't quit.
He's had a couple other times this half where he's knocked the ball loose too.
Tom Anderson right now is just trying to keep him in. He doesn't care about the score. Off glass.
JJ Jansen with the bucket. Still 21-point lead for your Lakers.
With the putback. Off his own misses, Seto. Pull it to behind the back.
Big block from Paris Hill.
Up 21, Southwestern Lakers.
Monroe and Wilson now in for the Lakers.
Fighting for a jump ball. Riverhawks maintains, looking to set up something off the baseline.
Jake Caverns, number 21, will go to the line.
Tries a no look.
too. EJ Gardner with the basket. Ramberg and Allen all in. Not Ramberg, excuse me, Odeker.
Coach decides to almost put in someone off the bench, but then pulls him back, only to put in number 21. Checking in is Jake Cavens. Cavens pulls the defensive foul out. SWOCC almost in the bonus.
Caverns with the basket. Odeker loses it. Recovered by Klima. Nice jumper.
Nick Allen pulling the ball up.
Lakers.
17-point lead for the Lakers right now. Riverhawks seem like they've at least worked their way into the half. They're still down by a lot, but they're playing a lot better. The gap was, I think, around about 25. They got back down 17. I mean, it may not be enough, but at least they're not getting completely dominated in the last minute.
Again, I said segments. I mean, that's exactly my colleague Brandon right now is complimenting me, because I think that right now you can't worry about it as 17 or 19. It's just small chunks you got to take if you want to catch them. I mean, it's a race. You can't just instantly win the race if you're behind. You have to pull it slowly ahead and make up for where the other team's making mistakes.
Yep.
Right now you're watching your Riverhawks huddle and your team's trying to get pumped up. Any Riverhawk fans out there watching us on this broadcast?
8:25 remaining.
SWOCC is in the bonus almost. One more foul and they will send the Riverhawks to the line every time. They shoot the 1-and-1 first. Nick Allen looking to set up. Almost intercepted. Monroe staying perfect from the field.
Don't think the Lakers are feeling too much pressure when they're making shots like that.
Oh no, but you gotta wonder why he's not getting more aggressive. I mean, he's perfect from the field. He hasn't missed yet. I mean, you gotta wonder why he's not just taking it every time. The team supports that. If the player is shooting perfect from the field, you got to hook him up with the basketball. But instead, they look inside. They get a foul call. Good luck with Orker, and he's heading to the line right now.
Foul on Black 44. His third foul. He's first for the half.
Practicing on that shoulder.
Foul Orker, shooting 2.
This is good. J.J. Jansen, number 24, back into the game for the Riverhawks in place of Caverns. Both of them go for
the Riverhawks. Only one guy has his warm-up off, so looks like they're going deep into their bench. They should be looking to do that going into this game as the score is so far apart right now. Also, they're using any ground that they're trying to cover on the Southwestern Lakers right now. You gotta wonder if their starting five is getting tired. They have 5 players in the high minutes rating for the first half, according to our stat column. They have 3 over 15. 4, correction, over 15 minutes. You gotta wonder if that's a toll. I mean, in a game when you're getting pounded by SWOCC's starting lineup. Depth is important. Sends him to the line. Number 33. Trevor Klimo. Nick Allen getting checked out for Collier. Talking to coach right now on the sideline.
Klimo makes the first.
Nate Wilson with the layup. Seems as though Monroe threw a move that might have been confusing to some, but just worked perfectly right there on that defense for the Riverhawks tonight. Those minutes, definitely a question that you have to ask yourself if you're a Riverhawk fan. Players are tired. Moves are exaggerated, and movement is exaggerated also when you're tired. You start leaning, you start panting, moves become drastic, and people become more susceptible to any type of attack that anyone is willing to put onto them.
You know, even though the Riverhawks are tiring, they've actually been shooting very well the last part of the game, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You got to like the shooting if you're a Riverhawk fan right now. But it leaves questions that if you had a full roster with rotation, what would have happened in this game?
And you mentioned the injury. I wonder how long ago that happened and how much that how long ago the injury happened to Stennis and how much that affects their record this year.
Oh, it definitely probably have something to do with that. I mean, you never really X into it, but there are variables, and that's definitely one. Missing any player, especially a contributor, someone with a game winner recorded already against a team that you're losing to by 20. Definitely in basketball, that's something that you're going to look at. But into an overall record, teams have to move on and have to get better.
Yep. Crowd loved that.
Crowd went ecstatic. Seemed as though the dunker or the layup wasn't with enough speed, and if he would have had a little more under him. But heads in line right now.
Quimo makes the first one. Game with just a little under 5 minutes to go.
Wilson gets the foul call. Taking it to the rack. Tries a leaner.
Wilson makes one of two. And Dalton Poole's foul on the play and we'll go to the line.
82-69. Oh, steadily they did bring the game back. Looking down and looking back up at the scoreboard now, it says 82-70. That's a 12-point game with 4 minutes and 18 seconds left. Let's see what they can make of it. Let's see the Riverhawks right now.
They were slowly crawling back, but slowly is kind of the key word here. Not sure that's...
Let's see if this turns out to be a sprint or if it turns out to be a Prefontaine race.
J.J. Jansen will go to the line. Misses them both.
Sweeney with the aggressive play right there. Sweeney and one.
That's it. 85-70, 15-point game, 3:45 to go. Traveling call on Sweeney. Garland gets it and will go to the line.
11-point game. Southwestern trying to hold on to this. Collier with the take and finds Gardner and with the slam.
The whole bench is up for that. They went for the steal too right there.
Ankles injury probably isn't bothering Gardner that bad.
Timeout called.
A minute 50 left, 87-77. This game looks to be one of those games that is either SWOCC letting it go or the Riverhawks stepping up. I mean, SWOCC right now just has to maintain its cool and the possession of this lead. Meanwhile, if you're Riverhawks, you're not frantic, but you're definitely not calm. You can't be relaxed with this lead. You need to be a little aggressive, pushing on the gas, at least defensively, to start and spark your offense. Try to get some back-to-back possessions in a row.
I'd like to bring this time up to mention that Saturday, February 12th, we'll be streaming wrestling again. It'll start at 9 a.m. be the regional tournament, so we'll have coverage of that all day. We hope you will tune in to watch that. Just about ready to start play from minute 50 left. Lakers up by 10.
Anderson can't get it to go.
Needed to capitalize on that.
That'd have been big. Would have made it single digits. Hasn't been single digits since the first half. I don't think he's taking demoralizing though. Still playing defense on Collier, who's shaking and baking. Finding Gardner, who finds Hill. Hard foul called. SWOCC in a bonus. That is going to come back to bite them. As I said earlier, I mean, fouls are one of the secret things in basketball, I guess, that just bring you back. I mean, it stops the clock. It's a time to get 2 points like a lay-in or something, but just from the other side too, like their own possession turns into a rebound, which turns into a foul, which turns into 2 points, but maybe 1 point now that he missed the first of that one off that double bonus. Gets the second one to go. It's a single-digit game. That's got to be moralizing if you're a Riverhawk. Although you're down and there's only a minute left. It's a 3-possession game if you hit 3 threes, but 4 if you want to try and get a 2 out of this. Let's see how they play it. Single bonus right now. So he has to hit the first and the 1-and-1.
To a 10-point game. Klimo with the basket. Kirk coming in for Gardner. Fortier at the line. Riverhawks looking. 30 seconds. Limo. Miss.
Southwestern ball. Foul on Umpqua 24. First foul of the night. And Marcus Monroe to the line.
Monroe makes the first. Both. 91-80. Primo short again on the three-pointer. That's gonna do it.
That's their game.
91-80 for your Southwestern Oregon Community College Lakers over the Umpqua Community College Riverhawks.
They seem to get a 19-point lead down to 11, almost out of single digits.
Had down to 8 at one time.
Had down to 8. Just
The Lakers' 7-game losing streak started with a loss to the Riverhawks. Maybe they can get a 7-game winning streak now after beating the Riverhawks. Riverhawks, though, you gotta be satisfied with the fight that they hung around. I mean, they were down by probably 25 at one point. They got back to 8. I mean, they didn't give up.
there are a couple people out there that are just always going, like from the start to the finish. They didn't give up. If you're a Riverhawk fan, you know who you're talking. And if you're a Southwestern fan, you gotta like the effort that they put forth today. Like, they put this team away.
And the important thing, they maintained their level too. They didn't drop. I mean, maybe a little bit like near the end of the second half, but I think that was more the Riverhawks playing better as well.
True. It just seems as though Southwestern got a big enough lead to just coast to the finish line. I think that's kind of how it ended up.
Yeah. Y'all enjoy that? Lakers' next game will be February 11th against Clackamas. That'll be in the way. Women at 5:30, men at 7:30. Our next broadcast of the Laker basketball squad will be February 19th, Saturday, against Lynn Benton. Women at 4, men at 6. And it will be 80s night. So keep that in mind if you plan on attending that game. All right, my colleague James is going to go interview the coach. While he is working on that, I'm going to drop some stats here. Almost 60% shooting for the Lakers for a total game 44 for the Riverhawks. Equal in rebounds, 38 both sides. Klimo with 13, McFadden with 10 for the Riverhawks. 10 from Zach Sweeney for the Lakers. 27 points for McFarland, 22 for Klimo. So definitely two guys doing the majority of the work on that one. Pretty evenly divided on the Lakers side for top scores. 15 Paris Hill, 13 Kramer Ramberg, 16 Marcus Monroe, 12 Aaron Fernandez. Zach Sweeney also contributing 9 to those 10 rebounds he had. It was really a very competitive, may not be the right word, but after the Riverhawks got down by about 25, they settled down. They played really good basketball. And I mean, it doesn't look like it was competitive because of the score, but the effort at that from then on, it was pretty even, if not in the Riverhawks' favor. But they got in too big of a hole and they couldn't crawl out of it. And the Lakers came away with it. Take this time to remind you that we will be streaming the regional wrestling tournament on Saturday, February 12th, starting at 9 a.m. all-day tournament. So you can either show up to support the Laker wrestlers, or you can tune into our broadcast. Still on hold with that interview right now. We'll have that for you as soon as possible. Big differential for the Lakers between offensive and defensive rebounds. Only 9 offensive rebounds compared to 29 defensive rebounds. Laker three-point shooting in the second half was 4 of 6. For the game, it was 7 of 13. Also very good free throw shooting in the second half, 8 of 11. Again, you look at some of these stats on here, and they're not, like, they're very even. You don't see one glaringly obvious stat other than the shooting percentage that would put the Riverhawks down by so much. Lakers get their first win in league. We'll see what they can do from now on. The Riverhawks, for a team that was trying to work its way back to get into the playoff picture, a disappointing loss for sure, but again, they're missing Stennis, a key player, with injury, possibly knee surgery. You never like to see players injured, especially if it could be something long-term like that. So we hope he recovers soon.